Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have All Out 2024 predictions. This card, obviously, we're just following All In, so it's kind of like the aftermath, kind of like how Backlash is to WrestleMania. But yeah, this card is looking phenomenal, really good. A lot of exciting matches, a lot of big feuds that are being reignited, and a lot of stipulations that look really good. But yeah, how you feel going into this card?
Yeah, obviously with a pay-per-view like this where it's kind of back-to-back from All Out pretty much, you don't have a lot of room to kind of build these new feuds for your champions that defended at All Out already. So that's one thing, I guess. That's maybe a bad thing, maybe a good thing, depending on, what type of match it is. But overall, I mean, it looks like a great card, and it'll definitely be a fun one.
Yeah. So obviously we're recording this right after Dynamite on Wednesday, so we might miss a few matches I might get out on Rampage or Collision. But yeah, this is what we have right now. But let's get into things. We're going to start off with the International Champion, where Will Ospreay is defending against the Bastard Pac. Who do you got for this one?
I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay. Just doesn't really make sense for him to lose a title right now, and yeah, I just think he'll just continue his reign.
Yeah, I also think Will Ospreay's taking the win here. If Will Ospreay didn't win and it's MJF going against Pac, I maybe would have said Pac is going to win this one. Or if this was still Will Ospreay's first one with the International Champion, I would have said he would have won. But I think he has the Trios belt, and it kind of seems like that's where he's going to get stuck into for right now, which isn't a bad thing. I'm sure he'll do some great stuff with the BCC. But yeah, really excited for this match. Should be pretty good. Next up, we have a Chicago Street Fight where Willow Nightingale is going to take on Chris Statlander. Now, the Chicago Street Fight is a stipulation Willow picked after winning the pre-show match on All In. What's your prediction for this one?
Yeah, this is what I was kind of hoping for. It was going to be some sort of big stipulation match. I was maybe hoping for like a little bit more of like a hardcore stipulation, maybe like a steel cage or something, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, street fight, I mean, that's completely fine. I'm sure they'll do amazing. I'm kind of curious how Willow will do in a street fight, just because I think Chris will be fine in it, just because that seems like it kind of fits her style. But for Willow, I'm kind of curious how she'll kind of react in that kind of environment.
Yeah. Yeah, this match, I think we'll see something a little bit crazy in front of these two. I think they'll try to go all out. This feels like the final match of their feud. This has been brewing for the past few months now, ever since Double or Nothing, I believe. And yeah, this should be a pretty intense match. I'm excited for it. I'm going to go Chris here. I think it just... a street fight can kind of lean more towards the heel win, and obviously she has Stokely in her corner, so it kind of just leads me towards that. But yeah, really excited for that match. Another match I'm very excited for: MJF take on Daniel Garcia. Obviously, Daniel Garcia returned at All In. Who you got winning this one?
This one honestly is really tough to pick, because obviously you could say MJF's gonna win because he's just the main guy, one of the main guys in AEW right now. But also Daniel Garcia is like a rising star and someone who can be a main guy, especially if they do this push right, because he's getting a lot of a lot of big pops, and I think a big win over MJF would be massive for him.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly think now that it's presumed that Daniel Garcia has re-signed with them, I think they have big plans for him. And I feel like MJF likes Daniel Garcia, and I think he wouldn't mind putting him over in this match. And it kind of feels like in the build-up to this match, MJF has kind of always gotten the better of him. This on Dynamite that just passed, he kind of, as Daniel Garcia was about to run up on him, he smashes a glass bottle on his face and pretty much knocks him out. So kind of leans towards Daniel Garcia, and I hope he gets a big moment, which should be like his career-defining moment, I guess you could say, for him.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Daniel Garcia as well.
Next up, the TBS champion is on the line, where Mercedes Moné will be defending it against Hikaru Shida, but Camille will not be at ringside. She is barred due to Hikaru Shida's request. Who do you have winning this match, though?
I mean, kind of the same thing as the Ospreay match. Just kind of keep the title on Mercedes. Just keep building her reign, let her look strong. Obviously, she's doing a great job of that already. And Hikaru Shida, I believe they already had a match, if I'm not mistaken. Like one of her first matches in AEW, if I'm not mistaken, was against Hikaru Shida. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. So this is kind of like a second match for them, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm kind of curious if maybe they'll play into the story of she learned the first time like some of her moves and techniques, and now she'll kind of try to overcome some of those things. but I don't think she'll win, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mercedes Moné as well. However, if Hikaru Shida were to win this, it would be very huge for her because I think this would make her the only person to win both the TBS and the Women's World Champion. So that would be a huge milestone for her because I feel like she's somebody who's one of AEW's, at least in the women's side, one of their best. And it would be just nice for her to be rewarded for all the hard work she's been putting in over the years. But unfortunately, I think Mercedes Moné is going to go and take the win here. And I'm sure we'll see some type of involvement of Camille, even though she's barred from ringside. Maybe she'll be in like a balaclava or something like that. But yeah, pretty another match I'm pretty excited for. Next up, we have the Continental Champion on the line, where Kazuchika Okada will be going on in a 4-way. We don't know the other 3 participants yet. So first, I'll ask you, who do you think the other 3 people will be?
I mean, we could take guesses for someone such as even a Ricochet. I feel like that would be amazing. Yeah. It's a great spot for him to be in like the Kazuchika Okada kind of sphere, kind of where he's kind of in the same realm as him. So they can face off against each other more often, obviously. I mean, I'm not just gonna say it just to kind of maybe talk it into existence, but Kenny Omega would be amazing.
Yeah.
To come back and kind of face the Elite after they fired him or whatever the case is. And I guess for the third person, maybe someone like a Darby. He's not on the show, so maybe he gets his way on there.
Yeah, this one is kind of weird because I kind of thought maybe Claudio would have gotten into this match because he and Okada had a thing, but he's in a tag team match we'll get later on. But yeah, I think possible Darby would be nice. I'd like to see Jay White if he's ready to go. I'd like to see him in there. I think Ricochet's a good pick as well. But hopefully there's like at least 1 or 2 guys that like get like a big moment for them. So, but who do you think will win this match though?
I think I'm just gonna go with Okada retaining here. I could definitely see, depending on who is in the match, I could definitely see the title swapping hands. Because Okada in this match doesn't even need to be pinned, so technically he doesn't lose necessarily. So yeah, I could definitely see someone else winning, but I will go with Okada.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Okada as well. I think also with the Continental Classic tournament somewhat coming up sometime soon, should be in the next few months. I think they'll kind of keep him with the belt until then, and probably just go in the tournament with it. Hopefully, try to win it back in the finals. But yeah, should be a pretty good match. Obviously, Okada's one of the best in a 4-way. A lot of can happen in that. But next up, we have the World Tag Team Champions on the line, where the Young Bucks will be taking on the Blackpool Combat Club and the combination of Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. Who do you have for this one?
Unfortunately, I'm going to stick to the same story I've said in a lot of these, and I'm going to stick with the Young Bucks retaining. However, this is the match I could see the title changing the most in, because I don't think the Bucks necessarily need the tag titles, although obviously it kind of does help their kind of heel EVP characters. But they're the Young Bucks, they don't necessarily need the belts, but I do predict them to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think Young Bucks get the win here. Obviously Claudio and Wheeler just winning the trios champions. I kind of don't think they would put more belts on them already. But yeah, I think the Young Bucks have more to tell with this EVP storyline and kind of where that goes and kind of the entire faction holding gold. So yeah, I think Young Bucks get the win. Hopefully it's a pretty good match. I think it could be pretty good. Next up, we have the AEW World Championship on the line, where Bryan Danielson will take on Jack Perry. Who do you have for this one?
Once again, kind of the same story as others. I'm going with the champion retaining. Don't see a world where Jack Perry retires Bryan Danielson. Yeah, I just kind of don't see him immediately winning and then losing it right after.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bryan Danielson as well. I just think that honestly, Jack Perry, I don't think he's ready to retire yet. I think if he's ready to retire, he would have lost at All In. But this is a big moment. It's in Chicago. A lot of heat should be going towards Jack Perry. I think we have a lot of close calls, obviously, but I hope and I do think Bryan Danielson will get the win here. And yeah, next up, in what is presumably the main event, we have a unsanctioned steel cage match. Now, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page, probably one of the last matches together, at least for the future. But who do you have for this one?
This is definitely one of the harder ones to pick. Obviously, Swerve just coming off a big loss at All In. So yeah, kind of would be tough to make him lose his title there and then come back to this feud with Hangman and lose again. That'd be kind of tough for him. But also he Swerve. I don't think any amount of losses really are gonna hurt him at this point. He's a mega star basically. So I don't know. This one's probably the hardest one to pick here because you could definitely see Swerve going over to be like just even more of this kind of fan favorite type of guy. But you can also see Hangman winning to just kind of build more heat for his heel character. And yeah, I think for this one I'll just have to go with Swerve, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely 50-50.
Yeah, this one really tough because, like you said, Swerve is coming off the loss from the World Champion. However, he did beat Hangman both times, I believe, in their last 2 matches. I think this is where Hangman gets, his win here and kind of his justice. Because at the end of the day, that's, as much as he is a heel, he's a heel for the right reasons because of what Swerve has done to him. But yeah, I think Hangman gets the win here. Should be an absolute brutal match. I wonder how many fluid ounces we're going to get blood in this match, because I'm sure it'll be a lot. But yeah, what match are you most excited for on this card?
I mean, I have to say Swerve and Hangman. I mean, it's going to be an amazing feud that's been brought back to life after a few months of being on the shelf. They told the story great at All In, where he comes out and kind of costs Swerve the belt in a way. And yeah, it's just kind of it's an amazing feud, good storytelling, which is kind of rare in AEW. So yeah, I'm very behind this whole arc here.
Yeah, I agree. This match is also my most excited for, but I'll give a different one. Honestly, the Mercedes and Hikaru Shida one I think could be really good. I think you are right that they did have a match. However, it was on a Collision or a Dynamite episode. So them on a pay-per-view, I think hopefully they kind of go all out, literally, and just have a really great match because, again, they're 2 of the best women on the roster and just in the world, period. So, yeah, definitely a lot of good matches on this card I'm looking forward to. But yeah, let us know your predictions down in the comments below. And yeah, we will catch you guys in the next video.